So can you believe that we are already somehow into the month of June? The months just keep ticking by like an absolute flash, but the good news is that with the start of a new month, we of course also have a brand new episode of the top Android apps. So let's kick straight into the video. If I'm being honest, never did I think the day would come where I would stop using Chrome as my main smartphone browser, but after using Kiwi Browser for the past month or so, I have to say, I'm pretty much all in. Now, Kiwi Browser is actually quite similar to Google Chrome in that it's based on Chromium and WebKit, which basically means you still get all the goodies from Chrome that you'd find, including flags and extensions, but all within a super lightweight and fast to use browser. It's definitely worth a try, particularly if you're looking to enhance the Google Chrome browsing experience. One of the most recent trends in smartphone photography seems to be this glowing Scribble animation effect that can really make a photo come to life. And one of the best ways to quickly pull off this effect for your photos is by using Scribble. So you basically take any photo, load it into the app, and then you start drawing. Once you're happy with what you've drawn, you can then tap the preview button to see what your animation will look like. Of course, you can then also jump in and customize what the scribbles will look like. You can then add even more if you want. And I've got to say, the end result does look pretty phenomenal. If you're looking for a clean and simple way to keep a track of all of your previously installed and purchased applications, then look no further than the aptly named Purchased apps. Now, even though the name suggests that it will only show purchased items, it will actually go further than that and just show you every single item that you've ever installed from the Google Play Store. You can then filter the list using a range of different filter options, whether by price or by only showing items that aren't currently installed on your device, and it really is a much more effective way of keeping a track of your application download history than what the Play Store offers. So for some reason, it seems to be really hard to find both a high quality and intuitive video editor application on the Play Store, but a new addition that might be just about the best of the lot is the recently released Adobe Premiere Rush. As the name would suggest, this is the lightweight, more mobile-friendly version of the bigger brother video editing software Adobe Premiere Pro, and despite the fact that some of the higher-end features from that edition are missing here, I've got to say, I was really impressed by the speed and fluidity of this editing application. Be aware that it unfortunately isn't currently available on some devices for one reason or another, so if you're looking for an alternative, then maybe consider Adobe Premiere Clip instead. If you've got a bunch of subscription services that you've signed up to, it can be a bit tricky keeping a track of when they'll expire or when they're going to roll over and take your money without you knowing it. So if you're in that position, probably worth looking into subscriptions. Now, admittedly, there is no automatic subscription detection service within the app, so you do have to manually input all of your subscriptions, but once you've done so, the app will give you a really easy to read and intuitive overview of any ongoing subscriptions. This means that no longer will you find yourself in that sticky situation of missing a payment or accidentally not unsubscribing from a service that you no longer need. Bonus points for a neat dark mode as well. Now, before we move on, I just wanted to shout out today's video sponsor, Dashlane. Dashlane is a super powerful password manager that makes browsing the internet an absolute breeze. It does this by securely storing and then automatically filling in any login information for any website or application that you use. This means that you no longer have to worry about remembering or even typing in any username, password, or personal info ever again. Not only is it the best way to store account information, but it's also the safest. They use patented security architecture, which means no one but you can see your passwords, and it will even warn you if there's been some sort of security breach on any of the accounts you log into, which means you can jump in and fix it quick smart. All you have to do is create and remember one master password, and this is never sent to Dashlane or stored on their servers, so even if Dashlane somehow got hacked, your information is still completely safe and secure behind the master password that only you know. The app itself has a super nice design and will also help in making sure your passwords are as secure as possible, giving you suggestions if it feels as though your passwords are weak or reused and perhaps worth changing. Dashlane can even automatically generate and store secure passwords for you. The best part is that Dashlane is free, but if you want all of the premium features, you can also try Dashlane Premium at no cost for 30 days by visiting dashlane.com/Sam Beckman. And if you like it, you can use the coupon code Sam Beckman to get a crazy 50% off. Okay, on to the next application. Now, as someone who is always working with different types of media files, I'm often on the lookout for safe and easy ways to send my files not only from one device to another, but also with other people. And one really helpful way I've found to do that recently is by using the unreleased application Firefox Send. So if you've heard of WeTransfer, this application is basically a glorified version of what that service offers, in that it lets you upload and send files via download links, but it then ups the ante in a few key ways. The files you send are actually end-to-end encrypted, which will keep your files safe and secure, but you can also set expiry dates on the download links, which is super convenient when you want to ensure your files only get delivered into the right hands. If you're looking to up your creative inspiration when it comes to personalizing your device, then a really handy all-in-one application that helps in doing so is called Creative. So within this really cleanly designed UI, you're presented with 5 options for customizing your phone: wallpapers, an image editor, custom ringtones, home screen setup inspiration, and phone frames so that you can present your screenshots in a super visually pleasing way. It's literally like 5 really useful but separate apps all in one, and if you're a customization fan, then it's definitely worth a look. Let's be honest, the plague of newsletter emails seems to be without a doubt a never-ending cycle of mess that fills our inbox full of stuff that we accidentally subscribed to 4 years ago. And so just recently, I've been using CleanFox to help keep the situation at bay. The app basically sweeps your email inbox and detects email newsletters that have an unsubscribe option, and then goes one better by letting you batch unsubscribe and delete all of those emails within just the click of a button. It works with all mail providers, which is amazing, and honestly, if you don't already use an inbox cleaner like this, well, then this is a must-have. Back before Android Pie was released, there used to be a secret way to get into the hidden system UI settings, which allowed for some really handy but subtle device customization. Well, it's now possible again thanks to UI Tuna Launcher. So launching into the app looks an awful lot like the stock system settings layout, and well, that's because it is. So the system UI settings were never removed, just the shortcut to get there, and so this app brings back that exact functionality. There are some minor tweaks you can make to the do not disturb and ambient display settings, but for the most part, people will likely get the most use out of customizing which icons appear in the status bar or not. And finally for today, for all the productivity aficionados out there, Boosted is a phenomenal productivity and time tracker application that will help you get things done and done efficiently. So the idea is that you manually set up a project, and then within each project, you can organize things into tasks if you'd like to track your progress separately. From there, whenever you're working on the project, you hit start until you're finished, at which point you hit stop. Boosted will track your progress, and then as time goes on, you can look at your statistics and make sure you're hitting all the targets that you've set out. Again, bonus points for a dark mode, and even more bonus points for a super neat design to go with a really well organized application. But that is it. As always, each and every application featured throughout the video has been linked down in the notes below. And if you enjoy these top apps videos, there are heaps more across the channel, so definitely check out that playlist linked here. And if you feel so inclined, then maybe think about hitting that subscribe button, as well as that little notification bell, so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Aside from that, that is it. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will catch you later.